We've done a great job running the state treasurer's office, and I think the proof is in the pudding, the proof is in the results. When I first came into the state treasurer's office, Ohio's financial ranking was 43rd in the country. Today, Ohio's financial ranking is 7th in the country. That we know of, with these two ranking groups, it's the single largest improvement of any state in the nation. For the first time in a decade, we've earned an upgrade in the bond rating for the Ohio Enterprise Bond Fund. So these upgrades, these bond ratings, this is essentially a financial report card. We've also, on a financial report card for an investment fund we run, we've earned a AAA rating. And we've earned that AAA rating on the investment fund, the highest rating, the highest financial report card you could earn, while 14 states and local governments throughout the country were downgraded. In addition to that, I've recognized the facts that families and small businesses and farmers throughout the state are tightening their belts. And I've said, listen, if all these families throughout Ohio are tightening their belts around their kitchen tables, we're going to do the same thing in the state treasurer's office. And so 3 years in a row, we voluntarily cut the budget in the treasurer's office. We started with 140 people working in the state treasurer's office. We've trimmed it down to about 115. We voluntarily cut the budget 3 years in a row, saving over $4.7 million. And on top of that, we've done it in a way that allowed us to increase the results in the office. So with spending less money and with less people, we've actually been able to improve results in the office. And I believe very strongly I've earned re-election, and I know that I'll continue fighting for the people of the state of Ohio over the next 4 years should they re-elect me. And I don't see the 11.5 million people of the state of Ohio as just my constituents. I also see them as my bosses. And I take direction, and I take very seriously what the people of the state of Ohio have to say.
I received the best leadership training in the world as an officer in the United States Air Force. I have an MBA. I practiced law for 13 years, including banking law. So these skills that I bring, a highly trained, effective leader, an MBA who ran her own business, someone who has practiced with banking law and knows the banking industry, these are fantastic skills to bring to the treasurer's office. That's also just a list of things that I've done. Let me share with you what motivates me to do more, because it sets up an important contrast between me and my opponent. As a lawyer, I represented a woman named Jean who was disabled and had lost her health insurance when her son was diagnosed with cancer. She was desperate, and she was sucked in by a predatory lender who convinced her to refinance her house in order to get cash back to pay for her son's cancer treatment. By the time that guy was done with her, he had mortgaged her house for $20,000 more than it was worth, paid himself thousands of dollars in fees, and left her with a mortgage payment that took 80% of her income and netted her about $1,300 to pay the doctor. I was able to save Jean's house, and I'm really proud of the work I did to help her. But my opponent cozies up to the same sort of predatory lenders who took advantage of her in the first place. The treasurer ought to be out in front leading the charge to protect Ohio families. Instead, Mr. Mandel takes $100,000 in campaign contributions from the predatory industry. You know, I'm running for treasurer because we need someone to fight for us. Someone who's, and you know, as a lawyer, I've represented the poor, I've represented the wealthy, and everyone in between. And the common thread among them all was they needed help managing the financial crises of their lives. As treasurer, I can step in before it becomes a crisis, and our families will be stronger, our communities will be stronger, and our economy will be stronger too.